Good afternoon, University of North Dakota and the Greater Grand Forks area on this November 30th. My name is Jared Swanson. Starting with a look outside, well, we have a beautiful sunset going on out there with a few high clouds off in the distance. 35 is our temperature right now with a south wind hanging around 14 for us. As we look at winds across the area, well, Minnesota's sitting at light and variable as well as western North Dakota. 15 though in Fargo, 14 for Grand Forks miles per hour. We're seeing that funneling up the valley here, and that's really increasing our wind speeds a little bit. As we look at temperatures across the region, 20s for Minnesota, Marshall being the one exception at 37, 34 in Fargo, 40 in Aberdeen, 45 in Bismarck, 47 in Minot right now. Wind chills across the region, well, it's only really a factor for us here in the valley. 26 is what it feels like here, 24 down in Fargo. Looking nationwide at our temperatures, we're seeing a giant bowl of cold air here working into the Midwest, into the northern deep south. 36 in Atlanta, 30 in Chicago, 40 Kansas City, 45 in Albuquerque, and 79 is a warm spot out in Los Angeles. Taking a look at satellite radar, well, we have quite a bit of snow and rain working in with this system that's working into the northeast. Some lake effect snow to talk about off of Lake Michigan from this, as well as a decent severe threat along the mid-Atlantic near Virginia, North Carolina. Looking at the threat of tornadoes or isolated hail, wind as well. Looking at our region though, we have none of that. We have a whole bunch of boring going on with a few clouds drift across the sky. And as we look into the future cast, well, that good weather, it's not coming for us. We've got this high pressure dominating the region. Then once we get this front to kind of work into the area, we will see a little chance of snow for western North Dakota. And as we play this forward into Tuesday night, working into early Wednesday, we could maybe get a little bit of drizzle, freezing drizzle over Grand Forks. And that just mostly, you're just going to start the day with maybe a little glazing on your car or on the roads. So not a ton to talk about for our Wednesday, but after that, weather does get really boring as we just get clouds to work into the area and high pressure dominates as we stay nice and mild. Taking a look at the future temperatures, well, as we saw in the nationwide temperatures, we have a massive area of cold air centered in this area, and what do you know, it's associated with a giant trough. And as we play this forward, we're going to see this trough try to work out into the New York or into the northeastern United States and off of the coast of New York. And as we look into the central United States, we're noticing another trough digging in here. That's going to be the system that tries to bring us that freezing drizzle, if not a little bit of snow to western North Dakota. But as we work into Thursday, we're going to see that this thing's really gotten itself south, and it's kind of centering itself northern Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois. We're kind of looking at that region. While up here, kind of blocked by the graphic, we're seeing a little bit of a ridge build in. That ridge, being north of this trough, is going to trap some warm air up here, and that's kind of in our region. So this warm air, it's not going to be phenomenally warm or anything. It will be right around average, if not a little bit more on the mild side for our temperatures, sitting in the mid-30s, maybe a 40-degree day in there. But as we work into Sunday, we could start to see that pattern change a little bit for us as this ridge does start to work itself out of the region, and maybe we could get into some colder air for the start of our next week. Temperatures tonight for us here in Grand Forks, 18 degrees out there, cold and windy though, as we will have that south wind hanging around 10 to 15, gusting to 20 at times. Tomorrow, that south wind's going to stay around 7 to 15, gusting to 20 still, but we will have a high of 37, so it could be a little chilly out there with that wind chill effect. Taking a look at our 7-day forecast, well, we stay cold like we saw. And then for Friday, we do jump up into the 40s, and then for the weekend, we could be looking at some mid-30s, and then starting our week next week with some cooler temperatures. Thanks for watching UND Weather Update. My name is Jared Swanson.